afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel Magoo.
All right. Mr. Gu, you are representing yourself. I do have to apprise you that you are before the court on charge of resisting and obstructing a police officer. That is a high court misdemeanor, or what technically is known as a high court misdemeanor, and or felony punishable by up to 2 years, $2,000 fine plus court costs. There are great perils in representing yourself. In this, you have to understand that I am going to treat you the same as though you know the laws and the rules of evidence. I will not treat you worse because you are not represented. I will not treat you better or grant any favors or try to clarify anything for you. If for whatever reason during any point in this proceeding you wish to be represented by counsel and cannot afford to hire counsel, counsel will be appointed to represent you. As I have in the past hearings asked you to acknowledge what I've said, I'm going to only indicate that I believe that you understand English. You believe that the words that I have said to you are understood, so that we don't get into, you need to remove the gum from your mouth.
Mr. Mikio is backhand. He's about to learn the hard way why having legal representation is absolutely essential. If this is your first time on the channel, this is actually part 2 of a video we covered a while back, and let's just say, Daniel Mikio hasn't exactly redeemed himself. He's still acting like a smug no-beetle, refusing to answer Judge Simpson's questions, and coming off as if he thinks he's smarter than everyone else in the room. Spoiler, he's not. Right from the start, things go downhill. Mikio strolls into court chewing gum with zero legal representation, like he's just running errands not facing serious legal consequences. It's honestly painful to watch. Let this be a warning, get a lawyer, don't be like Mr. Mikio. But enough from me, let's dive in and see what kind of mess unfolds today between Mikio and Judge Simpson.
And so I will not ask you to acknowledge. I will presume that you do indeed understand everything that I've said. Now, having said that, what are we doing with this case?
I'd like to move for evidentiary hearing.
You wish to have a preliminary examination?
Preliminary examination, yes.
Would the people have their witnesses available the second?
We can try, Your Honor, but before moving toward that, would the court be willing to make its inquiries about discovery? I am aware of the defendant having filed a writ of mandamus with the Court of Appeals for the state of Michigan.
Yes.
That was subsequently without prejudice by the Court of Appeals.
Correct.
Contained within that, though, there are allegations that my office has violated its Brady obligations and has not provided sufficient discovery. So I'm not sure if we're ready to move forward to preliminary exam. The defendant is saying that he doesn't have all of the discovery. That is the concern. The record I feel compelled to make at this time, though, is that people have provided, I do believe, complete discovery to the defendant, and I believe that some of the representations that were made in this writ of mandamus that has been dismissed appear to allege that things that have already been denied by this court should be produced. Furthermore, the defendant filed a motion with no notice of hearing attached to it. So there's an outstanding motion in this case as well, with no hearing date scheduled. So I'm hoping to sort of reconcile both of those things as whether or not discovery is complete, the defendant's prepared to move forward, and if he ever has filed a notice of hearing to go along with the motion that I received in this case on 11/22.
Mr. Magoo, your response?
My response is that I thought this was the hearing that we were setting for the motion. So if I have to set a motion for a notice of hearing for that motion, I will do that today, Your Honor, promptly.
What about discovery?
I'm ready to move forward on my what I meant by my discovery comment was that there's still no exculpatory evidence as far as that I did anything wrong, as far as anything that they've submitted. So if it was improper for the wording, Your Honor, I apologize, but my ultimate goal is have the prosecution present their evidence against me.
I'm going to indicate discovery is complete because I don't know what you're saying. because what you just said regarding discovery didn't make any sense. As it regards the motion, we will hear the motion the motion will be heard on date of exam.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Deal with it at that point in time. So the people would have their witnesses available on the 2nd.
We can try for the 2nd, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination in person, January 2nd, 2025, 12.
Yeah.
12 noon, that is before me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And continue.
This guy is the perfect example of why you absolutely need legal representation in court. Not only is he walking in without a lawyer, but he's also acting smug and trying to outsmart the judge like. Seriously, what did he think was going to happen? If anyone can explain why this guy is acting so irrational or out of touch with reality, let me know in the comments, because I'm honestly at a loss here. To me, he's giving major sovereign citizen vibes. And if you've been on my channel before, you know I've covered plenty of those cases, and they always have that same cocky, anti-authority attitude in court. They act like they're above the law, and it never works out in their favor. Now, let's be clear. This guy isn't just in court for some minor offense, he's facing assault charges against a police officer. And to top it off, he lost custody of his child because of it. You don't just randomly lose custody. That kind of decision comes from a serious chain of events. And yet, here he is acting like this is all just another casual Tuesday. No accountability, no remorse, just denial and arrogance. Watching this unfold, it's hard not to feel frustrated. Not only is he making things worse for himself, but he's also making it very easy for the judge and everyone watching to completely lose patience with him. It's just another textbook example of why representing yourself in court is almost always a terrible idea. I've never seen it end well, especially with sovereign citizen types. It always backfires. And honestly, the fact that this man even had custody of a child at one point is baffling. The way he's acting shows a complete lack of maturity and stability. It makes you wonder how he ever managed to care for a kid in the first place. Anyway, that's going to wrap up my breakdown of this clip. I'll be posting the next part of the court hearing when it drops in January, and trust me, it's going to be very entertaining. If you enjoyed this video, a like and subscribe would mean a lot and really helps the channel. Thanks again for watching, and as always, take care.